Hey, Zoe, why the hell did you reply that you're not coming?
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the wedding invite you sent to my mom and dad's house, huh? Obviously, I was never gonna show up to that. Why would I go to my ex-husband's wedding? Have you ever heard of anyone doing that? Especially when we parted ways on such acrimonious terms. It was hardly an amicable divorce, Ricardo. Or did you totally forget about how you cheated on me with a 27-year-old 3 months into being married? Sure, you may not be the unlucky girl who ended up being the bride at your upcoming wedding, but that doesn't change the fact that you betrayed me. So please, tell me why I'd have any reason to show up at your wedding. I'm genuinely curious.
Jeez, look at you, reminiscing over the past like a love-struck teenager. I knew it. You do still have feelings for me. But you do know it's been over 5 years since we got divorced, right? It's time to let go, Zoe. You're obsessed.
I'm really not. Since when did people invite their ex-wives or girlfriends to their weddings? I've literally never heard of this happening. Besides, can't you see how disrespectful this is to your new wife? How do you think me being there would make her feel?
The reason I so kindly went out of my way to invite you is because I have a forgiving temperament and a big heart.
And that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Do you have any more jokes, or are we done here?
Huh? Hey, I wasn't kidding, I'm serious. Oh, I see how it is. You're jealous of my new girlfriend, aren't you? I knew it. Guess I can't blame you. Anyone would be.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's right. My new bride. She's 19 years old.
Wait, what? Your girlfriend is 19 years old? Holy crap, wait a second. Ricardo, me and you are the same age, which makes you 45 years old. Do you have dirt on her or something?
Hey, watch your mouth. Mine and Helena's love is pure, I tell ya. Pure.
I see. Alright, I guess that was rude.
It can't be helped that you're surprised. I should have seen this coming. After me and you got a divorce, I went on an epic search for the woman of my dreams. The result of that was meeting Helena.
So you ended up dating a 19-year-old.
Everyone knows that when it comes to marriage, the younger girls are the best. Look, I know I made the right decision to divorce you. Who needs a dried up old hag in her 40s? I hate to have to tell you this, though, but you hit the ball a long time ago.
Wow, Ricardo. I see you're just as charming as ever.
I'll bet you're single, aren't you? Oh, go on, it's fine. I'll help bully you, if you admit it. I swear.
I wonder.
What's the matter, babe? Cat got your tongue?
I have no reason to reveal private information to you. So I'm gonna go with no comment on that one.
Now, whatever. Listen up. If you want me to be happy, which I know you do because you still have feelings for me, then you better show up at the wedding. Guest list is rocking some big names. It's talk of the town. I'll be there or be square. I even went out of my way to prepare you a seat, so you better not let me down.
Like hell I'm going. Forget about it, Ricardo. I won't be there.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, look at what the cat dragged in. I see you ended up coming after all that bluster about not showing up to my wedding. To be honest, I knew you'd end up showing. That's why I had you a seat arranged. I'm sure it's the last one by the exit at the back of the room, but the seat's a seat. Anyway, there was supposed to be one more couple getting married here today. Who do you think they are? You'll never believe what I heard. Apparently, the bride is a former pop star who retired 6 months ago. Press are all lined up outside waiting for her to show. Rumour has it she's getting married today. Can you believe what a coincidence this is? Who would have thought it? A famous pop star getting married on the same day as me. And Helena. This means we'll always have the same anniversary too. I'm so excited. You know, what an amazing, unexpected development this was. Oh, sorry. Did I make you feel even more pathetic than before? I guess it can't be helped when you're a dried up old hag, mid-40s. Who no guy in his right mind would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. Anyways, gotta go. Catch you later, loser. Hey, old hag. Wedding ceremony's about to start. Where are you? Hurry up or you'll be late. Did the stuff I said earlier finally make you realise how pathetic and tragic your life is? No, it's okay. Look, fear not, for there is hope. Seeing me and my beautiful 19-year-old wife get married might cheer you up. Maybe seeing her radiant good looks will remind you of the beauty you once had. Put a smile on your face for a short while. Till you remember how pathetic you are again. Besides, I already arranged your seats, so you have to shut up now. How about thinking of this as an opportunity to face up to the miserable reality of the pitiable mess you call a life? But whatever, I don't care how you talk yourself into it. The bottom line is that you need to get your ass inside this wedding hall. Now! Quit screwing me around, bitch. This ain't no joke. Hand Eleanor back over to me, now.
Geez, Ricardo, would you shut up already? You've been bugging me with these messages all morning. Cut it out.
Shut up and tell me what you did with Helena. Where is she? Confess, now.
Huh? Confess? What are you talking about? Why would I know where Helena went?
You came to the wedding because you still have feelings for me, right? I had no idea you were plotting to do something awful to Helena the whole time. If I'd have known you'd do this, I would have never invited you to begin with.
Like I just said, I don't have a clue where she is.
Why'd you come to the wedding then?
You answered your own question in one of your earlier messages. There's another wedding here today, right? I'm here for that.
What? You mean the pop star's wedding?
Yep.
Why? How?
I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any. Allow me to introduce my husband and daughter.
Wait, what?
There's no way I'm going to let you meet them in person. But my husband's daughter from his last marriage is the pop star you were getting all excited over earlier. She's getting married today.
What the hell? What, you got married?
Yep, I got married. To a guy I met at work. We've been together for 3.5 years now. Today, I'm in the blessed position of being able to attend the wedding as his lovely daughter's mother-in-law.
Hang on a sec. Wasn't that pop star's dad the CEO of a major global company? If my memory serves me right, they're the biggest ice cream manufacturer in the world. Is it true?
Yep, that's my husband.
Holy heck. What crap's going on here? Not only did you manage to bag yourself one of the richest blokes in America, but you're here today, same venue as my wedding, to watch his daughter get married. You set this all up intentionally, get back at me.
Please, don't flatter yourself, Ricardo. I wouldn't waste my time on something so meaningless. It's just a coincidence, nothing more. You think you're surprised? My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized you were getting married here today. I made sure to fill my husband, as well as the bride and groom in on the circumstances, just in case. But if you're gonna spam me with stupid messages like this, I have no choice but to turn my phone off.
Wait a sec, we're not done yet. You telling me you had absolutely nothing to do with Helena disappearing from the wedding hall?
How could it possibly have anything to do with me? I don't even know what she looks like.
I don't know. Maybe you investigated her beforehand.
You must think I have a lot of free time on my hands. Besides, if you have enough free time on your hands to be bombarding me with these asinine messages, maybe you should focus your efforts to find your darling somewhere that makes more sense.
Oh, God damn it. God freaking damn. How can a worn-out old hag like you be married to a high-spec CEO while all of this awful crap is happening to me?
Good evening, Ricardo. I just had to message you when I found out. You see, I happened to run into an old friend outside the wedding hall yesterday. And she told me something very interesting about you and Helena. Apparently, you paid her parents a huge amount of money for their daughter's hand in marriage, while completely ignoring the fact she had zero interest in marrying you. She even had a boyfriend who she's been dating since middle school.
Well,
Pure love. Don't make me laugh. You forced that poor girl into an arranged marriage.
her boyfriend's old news. I made a break up with him ages ago. That pipsqueak could never hope to compete with me. He's barely out of diapers.
He's the same age as your would-be wife, you sicko. When I found out, the penny dropped right away. Shouldn't it be obvious why Helena disappeared? Surely she ran away somewhere with her old boyfriend. To think she even left behind all the money for the cost of the wedding. She seems like a nice, respectable girl. She sure dodged a bullet in escaping from you.
No, Eleanor was supposed to be my wife.
Do you not see how forcing a 19-year-old girl to marry you while completely ignoring her feelings on the matter is wrong?
What the hell do you know about me? You're nothing but a stranger now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Back when me and you tied the knot. Why would you marry me in the first place if you thought it would be better to marry someone younger? If you weren't interested in me, then why didn't you just say so from the get-go and save us both so much unnecessary trouble? I sure as heck wouldn't have married you if I had any idea what a shameless, low-life scumbag you were.
'Cause I started to want kids.
What?
But when I realised that's what I wanted, you're already 40 years old. You hit the wall zone. As a guy, I was still old enough to have kids. But by that age, you'd already hit the wall. And having kids would have been difficult, to say the least. Besides, even if we did manage to conceive, there would have probably been all kinds of birth defects. That's why...
I have a son, Ricardo.
What?
My husband's a dad, of course. He's almost 2 years old. It's true, giving birth after 40 isn't as easy as when you're young. And we did go through our fair share of difficulties during the pregnancy and after the birth. But thanks to the support of our friends and families, not to mention the amazing work of the doctors and nurses, I became a mother.
Quit your lying. I didn't see a baby with you yesterday. Why wouldn't you bring him to the wedding?
He was with his grandparents, who are constantly spoiling him rotten. They were sat near the front row.
What?
For some reason, he wouldn't settle down when we tried sitting him with me. So we had to leave him with my parents for most of the ceremony. That's all. He was there the whole time.
You've got to be kidding me. Why is this happening? Things weren't supposed to be this way. Why are the good things only happening to you? It's not fair. I lost my beautiful wife. I was supposed to be spending yesterday evening consummating the marital bonds by deflowering my lovely Virgin Eleanor. This morning was supposed to be our first morning together as a man and a wife. I was supposed to wake up to the semi-embarrassed smile of my pure, innocent 19-year-old wife as she used my arm as a pillow. We whispered sweet nothings into each other's ears.
Ricardo, if you don't stop this right now, I'm going to throw up. You're so creepy and disgusting, it's unreal.
What?
I hate to have to tell you this, but you're not the hotshot stud muffin you seem to think you are.
How do you mean? I'm the biggest catch there ever was. Almost married a 19-year-old. How many guys my age are capable of pulling something like that off?
Almost being the key word. In reality, she hated you so much she abandoned you at the altar. You're not the spring chicken you once were, you know. If you don't start taking a more objective look at yourself real soon, you're in for a world of hurt.
Objective?
You're nothing but a sad old man with a case of narcissistic personality disorder so severe, it only rivaled your rapidly receding hairline. It's about time you had a long, hard think about your life. If you lack the self-reflective capacity to do so, I suggest you get used to being alone.
What the hell? What does that mean?
I have nothing more to say to you.
No, wait a sec.
We're done here.
Hey, Zoe, get ready to celebrate. I've decided to give you another shot at being my girlfriend. If you're still capable of having kids, then there's nothing stopping us from giving it another shot. However, I'm only willing to take you back on one condition. You have to leave the brat you already popped out with your current husband, who you'll be divorcing. Like hell, I'm raising another man's spawn. Once that's all been dealt with, you're going to provide me with children of my own. I want at least 2 sons. If we just had one, you'd get lonely. I've decided young girls are too selfish to be considered as serious wife candidates. You're close to my age, still capable of birthing children, so having kids with you makes a lot more sense. I'm so pleased I realised when I did. Hey, pick up the damn phone. Look, why are you ignoring me? I'm giving you a chance to get back with me here. This is what you've been waiting for these last 5 years, right? This is your opportunity. I'm willing to let you give birth to my kids here, you dummy. Surely you wouldn't squander your golden opportunity? I'll change my mind if you're not careful. Please, I'm begging you. I don't have any money at all. I gave my entire last savings over to Helena's parents in exchange for her hand in marriage. So, please, can't we give things one last try? I need someone to provide for me financially for a little while I get back on my feet.
Can you believe Ricardo was seriously asking me, a 46-year-old woman, to give birth to 2 more children? Even if it was possible, the answer would obviously always gonna be no. My main focus in life now is being a stay-at-home housewife to my husband and raising our beautiful baby boy. I couldn't be bothered to deal with my ex-husband. So I asked a mutual friend to send him a sternly worded warning. With that, he finally left me alone. Apparently, he desperately begged Helena's parents to give him the money he paid for their daughter back, given that she ended up pulling a vanishing act on him. Unfortunately for him, they totally ignored his frantic pleas. Word of his hilariously tragic fate somehow got out at his workplace, and with that, he became the butt of every joke and the favorite topic of every gossip monger in the building. Unable to bear the embarrassment, he resigned, worsening his already dire financial situation. A few days later, Helena's parents suddenly disappeared, vanishing into the aether along with their daughter. Ricardo may have actually had the grounds to take them to court if he'd had the means to do so, of course, after hiring a private investigator to track them down. Sadly for him, he was struggling enough just putting food on the table day to day, so a manhunt and a lengthy legal battle were the last things on his mind. Apparently, all of Helena's family and friends were aware of her impending elopement before the wedding, and she had the full support of those around her. Word has it that only a handful of people know where she actually went. But when I heard she's currently living happily in an undisclosed location with her boyfriend, I breathed a sigh of relief.
Are you there, Zoe? There's something that I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, hello, Mary. What is it this time? Well, today we finally got the results from Leah's entrance exams. Oh, so you got them back today, huh? Hey, what do you mean by that? This isn't some trivial little thing. It's a big deal. Why do you always need to act like this? It's irritating. No, I didn't mean anything like that. Honestly now, do you even understand the importance of these results? Do you even know what school my Leah was applying to? It's Central High School. Central! That's one of the hardest private schools to get into in the whole city. It's practically famous. Yes, I know. I am well aware. I'm pretty sure you were the one going on and on about it at the Mothers Club, weren't you? I'm pretty sure every mom in the country knows about it by now. Oh, is that right? I suppose I was a little excited about my Leah going to such a prestigious school. She was so excited when I told her about the school, so I was elated to hear she wanted to try to get in. I don't think it's strange to want to boast about it a little, isn't it? Anyone would want to tell people about their family's achievements, right? I mean, yes, I can understand that. But wasn't it a bit risky to go telling everyone about Leah just taking the exam? If she had failed, it would have been terribly embarrassing for you. Not to mention for Leah if she heard her mother was talking her up so much. Zoe, what are you talking about? Are you saying you were thinking that my precious Leah was going to fail? How rude can you be? Hold on. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say anything of the sort. Well, since you've been talking so happily about getting the results, I'm guessing she passed, right? Please make sure to tell Leah congratulations for me. Huh? Excuse me? Don't you think you should be telling me that first? Well, you honestly are just incapable of praise, aren't you? What do you mean? Leah is the one who had to study hard and take the exam, isn't she? I'm praising her for her effort, just like anyone would. Ugh, this is why it's such a waste to talk to people who don't understand what really goes into something like this. Okay, listen up. When a child has to take some difficult exams, the child isn't the only one trying hard. Do you realize that? A parent like me also has to do her best for the child to succeed. I did everything I could for my dear Leah to pass. Everything you could? What sort of work do you have to do? All sorts of things. I have to find good after-school classes for her to attend. I have to pay all the money for her to attend those classes. And Central High School is a private school, so there's plenty of money I need to pay for her to even attend at all. Remember? So, mostly things revolving around money, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a housewife, right? All that money you're talking about is money your husband earned, correct? Oh, shut your trap. Stop bringing up unrelated things. There's no need for me to work. My husband makes so much money that we already have all that we need. I don't need to get a job myself. That doesn't mean I don't do any work at all, mind you. It's thanks to how I am so careful in managing our money that we can even afford to have Leah attending such a school. Well, I have always wanted to freely use our money on our children, so my planning with such a goal in mind is what lets us do such things. We're not the same as stingy people on the poverty line like you. When you think about a child's future, isn't it obvious that a parent should be pulling out all the stops? That's just what I do. Oh, so I'm a stingy poor person, am I? That is quite the insult to just offhandedly throw at someone. Oh, insulting you was not my intention, believe me. I just felt that since you don't have the money to do very much for your children, I thought that you were simply in quite a pitiable position. Especially considering how something as serious as high school entrance exams are a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Ah, so that's what you meant, hmm? But if a child doesn't have the all-important academic ability, then I suppose there isn't much that can be done about it, is there? I suppose the possibility of all of that hard-earned money going to waste would become more likely in that case. Setting aside the issue of you bad-mouthing me, don't you think you're going a little too far in implying such terrible things about my own daughter? Isabel hasn't done a thing to you, so I would greatly appreciate it if you left her out of this. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I am not implying a thing about Isabel. You really need to work on that paranoid tendency of yours. Even if Isabel studies her hardest, she won't be able to pass such a hard exam, so it'd be a waste of money to pay for supplemental classes. That's the sort of thing you are trying to imply. Am I wrong? I'm speaking purely in hypotheticals. It was just an example. You really need to stop taking things so seriously all the time. Not everything is a slight on you or your family. Maybe your sensitivity has to do with you being so self-conscious about being poor. I can't imagine any other reason why you would be so quick to assume the worst about whatever anyone says. With all due respect, my family's income is perfectly fine. We are not below average, nor are we anywhere close to the poverty line. We simply earn an average income, that is all. There is no need for you to worry about how much we make so much. By the way, something came to mind while we have been talking. Would you mind if I asked you something? Oh, what is it? It's about Leah. How is she feeling about the exam? By that, I mean, how was she feeling before taking it? How did she react when the results came in? Huh? What do you mean by that? Why do you think I should have to tell you anything like that? Oh, nothing serious. I was just curious. Such an exam is a big deal after all. I imagine she would have been quite nervous, what with how much impact her results could have. I imagine you told her as much. Oh, that's what you mean. I see. Well, before the test, Leah was always studying hard at home. I can't comment on how she was at her after-school classes, but she always attended them. She was always doing exactly what I said at home and focused on her studies above all else. Oh, is that right? Well, how did she react when she heard about the results? Well, she certainly looked happy to me, but I suppose she also looked pretty relieved, too. She knew how difficult and impactful that exam was, after all. My amazing Leah did her very best with her studying, but she was anxious all the way until she learned that she passed the test. That's just how she is. Ah, so that's how she was feeling, huh? I can understand why she would be so nervous. I understand now. What? Is there something you want to say about her? Are you going to complain about her now? Well, I don't know if I'd really call what I'm thinking of a complaint, per se. But... do you mind if I ask you 2 more things? What is going on with you? I don't understand what you're getting at. Fine. What do you want to ask now? Do you tend to talk with Leah very much? Huh? What sort of question is that? That seems rather out of nowhere. I mean, it was just something I wanted to ask about. Look, I'm only going to tell you the bare minimum, but is there some sort of issue you wanted to ask about? Nothing but the bare minimum, huh? Okay, then here's the last thing. Why did you even bother to contact me in the first place? What? To tell you about Leah passing the exam. Isn't that obvious? I mean, I did tell everyone at the Mothers Club about how she was going to be taking it, didn't I? So, I felt like people might want to know how she did. Leah and Isabel are good friends, aren't they? Well, since they're such good friends, I thought that I should contact her friend's mother first, so I went with you. Oh? Well, I think it might have been better if you hadn't decided to message me directly. I can't say I was waiting with bated breath for your report or anything, let alone a conversation that went like this one did. It's precisely because Isabel and Leah are such good friends, too. If Leah passed, I'm sure she'd tell Isabel right away, and Isabel would tell me shortly afterwards. Well, you really are a cold person, you know that? Do you really not understand the importance of having a good relationship with your neighbors? If you do, you really aren't showing it very well. Oh, I'm sorry that's what you think of me. I am quite good friends with everyone around here, so there's no need for you to worry. Well, it's not like that's something to be concerned about at the moment anyway. You just told me that you wanted to tell me about Leah passing her exam, right? That doesn't sound quite right to me. The truth is that you just wanted to brag to me, didn't you? My daughter got into a really prestigious high school. Isn't that amazing? She is just so much smarter than your daughter. You were trying to assert dominance or some silly thing like that, right? Oh my. And there you go, throwing out a wild accusation again. It really doesn't reflect well upon your character, you know. Ah, right, of course. Right you are. By the way, there's something else I think you should know. Oh? What is it now? Well, the thing is, Isabel also applied to Central High School, and she took the exam too. Huh? Excuse me? I hadn't heard anything about that. Well, that's probably because I didn't feel the need to tell you about it. But I must admit, I am a little surprised. I thought you would have heard about it from Leah. No way. That can't be true. That's utterly impossible. Impossible? What are you talking about? Who are you to decide who can and can't take an exam? You're in no place to judge the academic ability of another's child. Are you trying to play me for a fool? No, I am not doing anything of the sort. What makes you think I am? Since you don't seem to understand what's going on, how about I just explain everything to you? What makes you think I care? I couldn't care less about whatever ridiculous things you're doing. But still, what are you talking about? How can this be? Why is Isabel trying to apply for Central? That's nothing like what you told everyone at the Mothers Club. You told everyone that you were planning for her to go to a public school. Yes, I did say that. That was the original plan anyway. That said, we had talked about that before she graduated from her final year of elementary school, right? Well, was that how it was? I can't say I remember particularly well. We decided to change plans sometime after she graduated. Her homeroom teacher told us that she had the potential to do more than just go to the same school everyone else was planning to go to. After hearing that, Isabel talked with Leah about the situation. Oh, she talked to Leah? What situation were they talking about? Well, according to Isabel, Leah said something like this. My mom told me, going to that public school is beneath you. You have to apply for Central High School. A private school like that is much better. When I told her that I wanted to go to the same school that everyone else was, She got so angry at me. She just yelled at me for hours. Mom's making me study all day so I can pass the test to get into that school, so I don't think I'll be able to play with you much anymore. If we end up going to different high schools, we might not get to see each other anymore. What do? I don't want to go to a different school. After saying that, Leah apparently broke down in tears. Oh, that child. She really just went and said selfish things like that. Selfish? Is that really the word you'd use to describe what she said? Selfish? Well, maybe we should talk about that some other time. Anyway, after hearing that from Leah, Isabel told me she wanted to go to Central too. What? So you're saying she wanted to go to Central because her friend was going? Wow, I can't believe she chose to try for a private school for such a thoughtless reason. If she really managed to get into that school with such foolhardy reasons for trying. That just makes others like Leah who actually put lots of time and effort into thinking about their future look bad. Oh, wow. So that's what you think of Isabel doing her best for her friend? So that's the kind of person you are. For your information, Isabel has enjoyed studying for quite a long time already, and she had the confidence to take that exam head on. She's the kind of girl who's happy to take on a challenge like that, so she had more than enough motivation and ability. She did everything she could to study all the way until the day of the exam. Oh, is that right? The two of them did everything they could, backed by their dream of going to the same school together. And it's thanks to their efforts, both to study and to support each other, that they managed to pass the entrance exam. When we got the results, Isabel called Leah right away to give her the news. You didn't even realize that was going on, did you? I mean, well... But, hold on. What are you going to do about tuition? Central is an expensive school. Are you telling me your household makes enough to pay for a private school? I'm shocked you'd ask such a question so blatantly. You really are a rude person, you know that? Well, whatever. I can still give you an answer. Even at elementary school, Isabel has been an honor student. She did so well on the exam that she got a scholarship. Thanks to that, the application fee and tuition are entirely covered. Isabel has told me that she is going to do everything she can to maintain that scholarship through to graduation. As long as she keeps her grades up, we won't have to worry about paying tuition. My husband and I will do our best to support her in her endeavor. What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. Are you trying to make fun of Leah? Are you saying Isabel's better because Leah only passed the test without earning anything? Only passed the test? What in the world are you talking about? What could you possibly hope for beyond that? It's Central High School. She got into Central. You know very well how hard it is to get into that school. Aren't you happy Leah got in at all? How dare you take such a tone with me? You are truly irritating. Are you trying to tell me that your daughter is smarter than my daughter or something? Is that what you're trying to tell me? If I can get Leah to study even harder, it will be a piece of cake for her to earn such a scholarship too. Oh, is that so? Well, you only get placed into the scholarship program based on the entrance exam results. There isn't a single thing you can do about it now. I would suggest focusing on getting ready for when school starts. If you just obsess over the entrance exam results, you're not going to be able to properly think about the future. Honestly, I'm worried that you're going to say something terrible to Leah about the scholarship program. And here you go again, saying things like that. Oh, am I mistaken? I'm so sorry. That said, you can't deny that you've been completely disregarding what Leah wants, can you? She said that she wanted to go to the public school, didn't she? Sure, it might be prestigious, but Central is so far away that she could never hope to see her friends. And the one who forced her to try to get in was you, wasn't it? You had no idea Leah was crying over how powerless she felt. You had no idea how much she was hurting, right? I feel so bad for Leah, having to be abused so much by her mother like this. Perhaps you should start taking into account Leah's own opinion a bit more from now on. What nonsense are you talking about now? I am the one who gets to choose what school she attends, not you. Don't go trying to give me orders as to how I should raise my child. So that's what you believe, is it? I have one word to describe how you have been treating Leah then. Selfish. You are the selfish one here, not her. You may have talked big about how a parent should pull out all the stops for her child, but does a good parent really ignore her child while doing so? Sure, you pulled out all the stops, in selfishly forcing your child to go exactly where you wanted to go. I don't know if you actually listened to a word she said or not, but wouldn't it be a good parent's responsibility to understand what their child wants? Be quiet already. I think you have said quite enough. I have quietly listened as you just try to tell me how to live my life. Oh? Is that what you think I'm doing? Maybe you should think about how Leah feels when you're telling her where she has to go to school. How dare you? Do you think you're anywhere near as good a parent as I am? Oh, I'm nowhere near your level of parenting. I wouldn't stoop that low. After all, who's the one who decided to contact me to brag about their daughter's achievement? What happened to that attitude you started with? Anyway, I'm going to go congratulate my daughter for what she did. Maybe she's like Leah to come so they can celebrate together? Anyway, I must be going now. Hold it right there. How dare you say such things and leave without giving me a chance to respond? Answer me! I haven't seen Mary since the day school started for Isabel. From what I heard, she got into a fight with her husband over Leah's education, and they ended up getting a divorce. Afterwards, Leah's father ended up with full custody over her. She should be able to live much more comfortably without her domineering mother around, so I'm happy things turned out that way. Isabel and Leah continue to be good friends as they attend Central together. As they continue to study, play, and grow together, I hope from the bottom of my heart that they can continue bringing out the best in each other and be all they can be.